Ladies and gentlemen, today I will show you my ride in the first ever supercharged E-Ray.
So Darren, you just took delivery of your 2024 Z06. What's the first thing you're going to do?
Well, I got to call NCM Insurance and get this thing insured.
Look at that, right on his hat. And why would you do that?
Best insurance out there for your Corvette or collectible car.
Yeah. How much money do you think you're going to save by not going with your standard insurance?
Well, I've done the math. It's probably $500–600 for the year.
Go to the link in the description below, NCM Insurance. Check out the savings. Hello everyone and welcome back to Brink of Speed. Today I have a very special car and a very special guest to go over with you. This is a Paragon video and this is a supercharged E-Ray. I think you guys have probably seen this all over the internet. It kind of broke the internet about a month ago. And so I have the privilege of getting to spend some time with it today. And so I want to introduce you right now to the sales manager of Paragon. This is Corey.
Hey everybody, nice to see you back on the channel. You know, we did a video a couple days ago of kind of the Paragon booth and everything, and luckily I was able to sneak away a little bit. Had a little bit of a break, so I said, Mike, get in the car, let's go.
Yeah.
So here we are.
So this is a amazing collaboration between Paragon and Lingenfelter.
Correct.
Tell us a little bit about how that came about.
So the client, Steven, on Instagram, Supercharged Erays has handled, has been a irreplaceable asset of Paragon Performance since January last year, so January 23. It all started with him calling me and asking, hey, I need a lug nut for my Z06 with carbon fiber wheels. Do you sell any of that work? I said, probably, but I don't know because they're carbon wheels. I don't know if there's something different about it. You'd have to bring the car to me. I'd have to test it, drive it, torque it, and make sure you're good. Well, how long do you need the car for? An hour. That turned into 30 days. 30 days turned into 5 months. So that was the first Z06 we ever had. Fast forward, he's also provided us the first and only E-Ray we've ever had. We've had a great relationship, great friendship between myself and him and as a company and everything. So irreplaceable asset of Steven allowing us. I actually flew into Kansas City. I picked this car up, drove it to Paragon, put the 500 braking miles on it. We dynoed it, as you said, kind of broke the internet a little bit.
Oh yeah.
With the factory baseline horsepower and torque was more than anybody expected.
Yes.
From there, Steven had always been talking about wanting a Lingenfelter Supercharger. It only made sense. Drive to Wixman, Michigan. That was the first time I had ever been to Lingenfelter. I've been working with Ken and Mark, Ken Lingenfelter, Mark Rapson, for about 8 months to a year now. It was actually a year ago today at the Bash was the first time I met Ken Lingenfelter and gave him the ultimatum. I was like, hey man, we got to do this together. We need a partner. We need to do this. And that's what really started it. So awesome. It's kind of fun that a year later, now we have the one and only today supercharged E-Ray with collaboration of them. A lot of things are similar to the Stingray. I would say probably about 90% is the exact same. So they've already fine-tuned that. We've installed plenty of them. They've sold plenty of them. With the E-Ray being the first one, we had to send it to them to make sure there was nothing else out of the wild that nobody had an idea. Christian has been doing a fantastic job tuning the car. We're still in the very fine-tuned stages on it, making sure all the kinks, the quirks, everything's worked out. And to do that, we got to drive it. So that's what we're going to be doing today with you. Is you're going to be driving the car. You're going to be able to feel that power. 732 wheel horsepower, 792 foot-pounds of torque. So she moves a little bit.
This is the star of the show right here.
This is it. It's just a cover.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, just a cover. So yeah, this is the very first ever supercharged E-Ray. And let me tell you, I took I took an E-Ray out on the track yesterday and I've driven the E-Ray already, but before that, the front motor was the star of the E-Ray because it is absolutely incredible the way this thing pulls you out of the turns. Obviously, the launch was bonkers with just a stock E-Ray. But now, with that added onto it, the extra torque, the extra horsepower, unbelievable. Tell us about the wheels.
Yeah, so the wheels are something that the owner worked directly with Jose, with wheel designers, and he actually has 2 sets. We are on the street set right now. We have an all-season tire on it because the owner's planning to drive this car year-round.
Right.
We also have a set of bead locks. You may have seen those the other day. That's the one with the red ring on him. He's going to be taking this to the drag strip. That's going to be pretty awesome. We haven't done it yet because we're in the fine-tuning, but the bead locks with the drag strip with this car, can't wait to see what that does.
Can't wait to see the numbers.
Yep.
Yeah, that's going to be incredible. So these look pretty sweet. I like
these are really nice. They really do well with the car. That red with the bright. If we would have done a black wheel, they would have hidden.
Sure.
So we really wanted to bring it out and make sure that it doesn't take away from the entire car, but it only adds to the entire car.
Okay, now is the front splitter and side skirt OEM?
Front splitter side skirts are OEM.
Okay.
He's replacing them.
Okay.
Because the OEM carbon has a goldish, yellowish
brownish
tint. The hood is RPM.
Okay.
So it does not have that goldish yellowish tint.
Right.
So that way he doesn't have mismatched carbon. We are going to put, my assumption is an AGM front lip, AGM side skirts on it. We hadn't decided it yet. We didn't have time to do it before the show. And then the diffuser is RSC. We did a custom center exit exhaust conversion with a Fab Speed Z06 exhaust, but it has Stingray valves. The valves on a Stingray and a Z06 are different. So we said build the Z06 exhaust, but take your NPP valve from a Stingray
and
replace them.
Yeah.
Made custom wiring loom extensions for it. That was done at 9:30 on Tuesday. At 9:35 it was on a trailer. So that was kind of the last little step to the puzzle, and really happy with how it all turned out.
Yeah, the exhaust is fantastic. That sounds A+.
Way better than the factory exhaust.
Way better. And it's not even a cold start.
Not even a cold start because we had to drive here.
Awesome. And same with the rear diffuser.
Yeah, the RSC diffuser is one of the best quality parts I've ever put on a C8. I loved it.
Awesome.
Very happy.
Now there's one more piece of carbon over here on the intake.
Yep. That is an AGM overlay.
Okay.
Something he wanted to try to bring the carbon coming down to the rocker.
Sure.
It's weird enough, one of my favorite parts on this car is actually what he did to the Eray badge. We bought new Eray badges.
Oh, with the red.
And he had it paint match.
Yes, that's awesome.
Because from the factory, they're that black shadow gray, or you can get that blue.
Yes.
He did the red. I'm like, why is that not a factory option?
Yeah, that should be.
It's just such a subtle thing that I love it.
Okay, now another piece of carbon fiber is right here for the engine cover.
With the intake manifold, or excuse me, not the intake manifold, with the supercharger, with the blower, you have to see it.
Yeah,
so we have enough carbon on the car. He wanted to be able to see it. He was actually the first one to receive this product last year on his Z06. We might as well put it on the Eray.
Yeah, and actually there's one more I just see, the Eventuri exhaust or intake.
Yep, Eventuri cold air intake. We wanted to verify that the intake was the same from Eray to Stingray. We had a good assumption, but we put that on there after we baselined it. The gains on it were the exact same as the Stingray, so we knew any other bolt-on part we get on it is going to have the same gains.
Okay, now there's one more thing on the outside that he did, and he had some custom red paint.
Yes, he did.
Put on some parts. Let's go ahead and show everybody that.
So that would start on the very front with the Corvette flag. So Yep, so we had that paint to match. That way it's still there, kind of settle. You see it, but you don't see it. Sure. Then we move back to the mirror caps. Every mirror is going to be carbon flash here. Right. And then this can either be paint to match or whatever. Yes. So we pulled them off. We had this paint matched. The factory mirror caps are paint match. He's debating about doing carbon fiber or not. That's still up in the air because he may be doing a full carbon fiber top. So that's all to be determined, but right now he's really happy with it. Okay. We already talked about the Eray badge. We did that. Then we moved to the back and he did his whole taillights.
Yeah, I see that.
So it was kind of a hit or miss. We weren't sure if we were going to like it or not. Initially, they were supposed to be the auto attic taillights, so this red is going to be more of a gunmetal gray or shadow gray. But he's really happy with these right now. Yeah. We may still get the auto attics and do it, and then he can choose. And the last piece we did back here were the wickers.
The wickers.
As everybody knows, the Stingray or Z06 or Eray comes with two different wickers. Right. These are the factory extended ones. He wanted it to keep the OEM fitment, OEM look, just painted.
Awesome. Well, so far the outside looks absolutely fantastic. I know there's some inside bits that are OEM and then inside that he's done aftermarket as well. Let's take a look at those and then we'll go for a ride.
Okay. Door sills will be the first thing.
Yes. And those are awesome. Straight from Paragon.
Yep, so that's a collaboration with AMT. So this is the third car Steven's had us built. That's why it's VIN 003. The VIN of the car itself is VIN 36.
Okay.
But being this is his third build with us, keeping that collaboration going. This has the OEM Stage 2 carbon package on it. And we kept everything pretty OEM plus. Only things we added were the park reverse drive neutral selector.
Okay.
The upper bezel pieces.
And those are beautiful.
Those are, yep, they just work right. That's OEM with ours, and you can't tell a difference.
Yeah.
They just go right over.
Yeah.
The speaker covers all around. He was not able to option this car with stealth trim, so we ordered stealth window switches, and then also did the carbon fiber 3-piece trim to cover all that silver. So more of an OEM plus build in here.
Yes,
is what we like to do. Not overkill. Key
I love it.
Yep, key fob cover, push button start ring, factory paddles, and that's it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right, well, what do you say we take it for a ride?
Let's see what you think about it.
All right, let's do it. So already just sitting here, hearing that supercharger, just sitting here.
You can barely hear it in idle.
It's awesome.
When you're in tour mode and everything, it's just very settled.
Yeah.
Put it in sport mode, it's a little better. Right now we're driving in sport, auto.
Right. And it sounds fantastic.
Hard to hate that.
I love it. Wow. And then you got all this awesome tech on the infotainment center there for the E-Ray. Wow. It just wants to go.
And I'm just big toe on the throttle is all I'm doing right now.
Yeah. You can already feel the torque is just insane. Wow. This would be a great car to put money up there
and do the challenge?
Yeah, have somebody try and grab it.
Yep.
I mean, you've barely even gotten on it, and I can tell you're not gonna reach that money. All right, here we go. It felt like you kind of spun a little bit.
Yep.
Holy cow.
Traction control not being a little happy with me.
Wow, this thing's a rocket. That front end comes up so much.
You don't want to do that in a corner because you're going to push right out.
Yeah. Holy cow. That is so awesome, man. Wow. All I can say is that's sweet, man. That is sweet. I don't know. What do you guys think? You think I should do this to my E-Ray?
I mean, I think you should.
I know you
I'm
do.
a little biased, but I think you should. If the finances allow, I'll be doing it to my E-Ray.
There you go.
As I told Steven, I said, because he has a Z06, and I've been around him enough. If I live down South Florida, Z06, no questions asked, I would love to have one.
Yeah.
Being in Iowa, it's going to be my daily driver. A supercharged E-Ray, I personally will choose over a Z06 every day.
Oh, yeah.
Just as a day-to-day driver.
Yeah.
If I could track it, different story.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's what I learned yesterday at the track is, you know.
What were the big differences you saw between Z and E-Ray?
Oh, the Z06 felt light as a feather compared to that E-Ray.
Yeah.
And especially the front end. It's a track weapon.
Yeah.
It's like a scalpel, and this thing on the track is more of like a butter knife compared, you know. It's unbelievable. Oh man, that is incredible. Wow. Very, very awesome. Just the sounds are intoxicating. You really can't hear the electric anymore.
No, that noise gets rid of it.
Yeah.
And even if we go back to touring mode, grab a higher gear, you don't even know.
Yeah, it's quiet.
You have no idea it's a supercharged Eray.
Right.
No clue.
Yeah, he's in 8th gear now, 73 miles an hour, and it's just purring like a kitten.
Yep.
Wow. This thing is awesome.
So, first impressions, what do you think? That's more of a quick-spirited driving?
Yeah, I mean, I think the audience is going to know exactly what I thought from my facial expressions. Seriously, man, this is incredible. You guys have made history.
We have. A lot of partners came together to do all this.
What a great collab.
It is. Lingenfelter, Supercharged Eray, Eventuri, Paragon, all of us working together, RSC, the lab. We wouldn't be here without the partners of every single person.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about, man.
Correct.
That's what the Corvette community is all about. This is just an excellent collaboration to make a phenomenal brand new E-Ray even better than it already was. All right, Corey, well, thank you so much.
No problem.
Obviously, thank you to Steven. Check out his Instagram, Supercharged Eray. Give him a follow. Give Paragon a follow.
Absolutely.
And
more content to come.
More content to come. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave your comments below. Hit that thumbs up button. I hope each and every one of you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you guys out on the road.
See ya probably soon.
Exactly, very soon.
More to come.